The Winged Eagle is one of the most recognized WWF titles in history. Although it debuted in the WWF as dual-plated, the gold version will always be my all-time favorite. I have a lot of memories watching WWF during the New Generation era. Guys like The Undertaker, ring a bell, Bret Hart, Diesel, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels were my favorites to hold this particular belt. Woo! And today, I got a CNC-made Winged Eagle from a familiar name on this channel, Great Custom Belts, and it's pretty amazing. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Stephen Hammer, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about this beautiful CNC Winged Eagle Championship belt that I got from Great Custom Belts. Oh my God, this guy continues to impress me with his work. It is some of my favorite belts that I have in my collection are from him. This is my 5th belt that I've gotten from him. The first belt that I got was the blinged out TNT title, the WWF Brasso, the AEW TBS title, the AEW Trios, and now the Winged Eagle belt. I am such a fan of this guy, Muhammad Ali, Great Custom Belts. His work just feels really good. I mean, look at this leather. Watch this. Watch this. Boom. Look at that leather just fold right down. Sidebars attached. Sidebars attached the way it should be. Man, I remember watching WWF and watching Bret Hart hold the Winged Eagle belt, and he would fold it up like this, and he would kiss it. Mwah! And like those sidebars would just stick out. And man, my God, like this is just beautiful. So there are a lot of Pakistan makers overseas that use really terrible leather. This guy, he does really good leather. I really like it a lot. It feels broken in. Of course, this side does have the belt tip, so this side does weigh a little bit more. So you do have a full gold belt tip on both sides, so it is a full tip. So let's show you the other side that's not as heavy. And the leather still just folds down like it's broken in, and it feels great. So when you throw it over your shoulder, man, that leather, it's extremely floppy, but I also want to say it's flexible, and it's also strong enough to support the weight of the plates and stand up on its own if that's what you want to do. Alright, so let's talk about the good and one little bad thing that I don't like about this belt that I bought. But it is mostly good, but there is one small thing I don't like, which I will talk about in just a minute. Here's what the belt looks like over your shoulder. Just like that. Leather folds right down to the back. Again, leather just droops down. Feels great. Oh, again, over this shoulder. Man, nothing beats a classic Winged Eagle. Nothing. One thing Great Custom Belts did with this belt was that they actually oversized it just a little bit. This belt is actually just as tall as my big Eagle belt from WWE shop, so it is just as tall as that belt. So it is a little bit oversized, which I'm a fan of. I'm a big guy, so this looks almost a normal size, you know, to me. Like, this looks fine for me, but other people who might actually buy belts, you might not like it being just a little oversized, so he will have to go back and like scale down some of his dimensions of his Winged Eagle belt. Otherwise, for me, I love it. Alright, so these are CNC made plates with hand texture in the blank areas you normally have on the classic Winged Eagle. With this being CNC with texture, it will cost a little bit more, so you can expect to pay around $500. That's around the price I was quoted from a different belt makers. It ranged from about $475 to about $650, depending on the belt maker that you plan to use. Now, full credit goes out to a guy named Gary Sutton, who got a Winged Eagle made from a different overseas belt maker. I believe it's Arosha Belts. He posted some pictures and stuff like that in some belt groups of his textured Winged Eagle. I thought it was just the most beautiful thing ever, because I really love the way the texture really pops off those plates. To me, it just looks stunning. And My God, I had to get one made of my own. And I love the way it looks. The CNC plates are definitely the way to go on some of these classic belts. Now, to be fair, I have seen some CNC belts look terrible, but some CNC belts look just fantastic. That the way that they come out and the way that the machine does everything makes everything look real clean and crisp. Everything just kind of, it almost looks like a replica in a way. That's how clean it looks. Compared to some like overseas Pakistan belts where you'll see like the waves in the gold plating and things like that. The plates just look really good. I'm really impressed. I'm really blown away at this belt because this is my first CNC belt. So just the detail that comes with it is just really stunning. And I love the way, like how deep that the CNC machine cut it. So as you can see here, you have that classic WWF logo with the wings protruding over the leather just a little bit. I really like that because, I mean, they call this about the winged eagle. So the wings are just kind of soaring through the air. So I kind of like the way that the wings are just protruding just a little bit over the leather. I like that a lot. And the way it shines in the sunlight looks really nice. I got my window open and just the texture on the wings, it just really pops. Taking a look at the belt when it's folded down all the way, there is a curve to the belt. And in case there are any new people here watching that are unfamiliar with the Winged Eagle belt and what is actually happening on the leather, since the Winged Eagle has these little bars that stick out, it gets these little imprints in the leather. Like, this is normal for this to happen. This isn't a maker's fault. This has always been on the Winged Eagle belt because those bars, when you lay it down, the bars rub up against the leather. So this is very common and very normal for stuff like this to happen. I mean, nobody sees it. It ain't no big deal. I don't know why people make it a big deal in boat groups, but it's very common. It's just a design flaw in the belt that these little tips kind of rub up against the leather. So no big deal there. The actual plates themselves seem to be about maybe 3.5 millimeter thick. Great custom belts. A stamp on the end of the belt with nice tooling in it. Leather is really nice, really soft. And now for the one thing that I don't like about this belt. Normally these guys will have a stamp or a laser cut around the champion plate so it looks even. Unfortunately on mine it is hand tooled. And it is a little uneven, as you can see here. As they were hand tooling this, they were kind of just going down and kind of just freeballing it and eyeballing it with themselves. And there are some imperfection marks and things like that. I would have preferred them to just leave that area blank. I just think this looks bad. This looks terrible in my opinion. You can really see that. It's just uneven. I would have preferred if he was going to do this, to just leave this area blank because I do not like that hand tooling around this plate. I think it looks lazy. I've seen other ones that look really good and they are stamped in and have like this perfect border around this plate. Not sure why he didn't do that to mine, but mine just looks terrible in my opinion. But I'm not going to re-leather this belt because to me, I don't see this as a $300 mistake, because that's how much it would cost me to re-leather a belt, about $300. And I don't want this to ruin this entire belt, because this belt is great. I love everything about this belt. The plates, the leather feels soft, flexible, all that stuff. I just don't like this part. I think this part is just lazy. It could have done a better job with that tooling around that. And it definitely does not look good. So I recommend getting either a pattern stamp to put around this, or if you're gonna do it and you're not good at hand tooling, leave it blank. Don't even attempt to do this, because I'm not a fan of this part of the belt. But I love everything else about the leather. Everything else about the leather is great. I just don't like that. And here is a look at the back of the leather. As you can see, looking at the back, you can see the wings protruding off the leather just a little bit. Nice smooth black backing. Full gold belt tip. Leather just lays down. It's really nice. And it folds over itself. Again, I love the way these bars stick out. It reminds me so much of Bret Hart and how he used to fold the Winged Eagle up. Alright, let us do the snap test to make sure all of the snaps line up. I'm going to start at the very end. Oh, yep, everything sounds like everything clicks into place. Perfect. Alright. I'm going to try it one more time just to make sure. I'm going to go down here. Yep, perfect. All of the snaps do line up on both sides. All of them clicked into place. Perfect. Big fan of this belt. There is not much more I can say, as I'm very happy with my purchase. Very glad that I took a risk and got the CNC belt and got this. Man, really impressed with it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new to the channel and you like belt reviews. I try to upload new videos every week, or at least every other week. Thank you to Great Custom Belts for making an awesome product. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.